industries are currently going through a dip in booking. So for lashes,
It was
wait, what year was
like
this?
if you're
I leave them in the bathroom, and the new way of getting customers and keeping your customers, our clients, are
The Rich Podcast, here to bring you valuable business talks and some fun with chismes.
welcome to our very first podcast, having a guest. This is Janet. Janet's going to tell us a little bit about her story. So how about you tell us what got you into lashing?
Okay, my name is Jeanette. I am a lash artist. I have been a lash artist for now for 1.5 years. I took my course like in October.
So since you started
in October,
working here?
I think so.
Yeah, no, I think were you already lashing when you started working here?
Yes, I was
So a
lashing
little bit
from
longer.
home. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be 2 years since I took my first course in October. So next month it's gonna be 2 years. So a little bit about how I got started. I took the lash course in October 2021. I just started lashing girls, mainly my friends from my house. I quickly knew that I wanted to do it like professionally and legally. So I looked into it. I signed up for the Paul Mitchell esthetician
Here
program
in Sacramento. We all, like a lot of us that work here, went to that school.
Yeah. So I started school in February. I went to a part-time night school from February all the way to September.
And you were working full time.
Yeah.
Like in the morning, Monday through Friday.
Yes,
right?
I had like a full-time job. I was working like from 9 in the morning to 5 p.m. and then school would be 5:30 to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, and I did that for about 7 months. It was 7 months, but luckily, like around that time, COVID was still big. 2 out of the 5 days of the week, we did it from home, like a virtual class. So that helped out a little bit. I feel it didn't make it seem like I was jam-packed, like Monday through Friday, and then I would just lash home in the weekends.
Yeah I
Saturday,
remember you were busy because you were working mornings, then school in the evening, so I would barely see you. We're here now. She left that job. She had put in her 2 weeks. When was that? Like 6 months ago? Or longer?
I came here in April of 2022. May of 2023. So exactly a year and a month after, I quit my job.
Yeah. Because lashing, right? Because you wanted to focus more. But did you feel like you already had the clientele built enough for you?
No.
So you just went for it?
No. I felt like I had a steady clientele. I was definitely not making as much as I was making at my previous job or my full-time job. I did find myself like just tired. Like, I did that for a year where I did both. And I felt like I didn't have enough energy for anything else other than that. It came to a point, where you kind of had to make a choice, and I decided to take a pay cut and then do lashing full time. But just because I know that, with building your clientele, I could make more than, I was making at my corporate job.
There's so much more opportunities.
Yes.
Yeah, with just being a lash artist. When people outside of the box might think like, oh, you're just a lash artist, that you're limited to your money because you're exchanging time for money. But I feel like there's so much more. Like now Janet is going to open her own suite. It's in the works right now. It's going to happen because she's like, maybe, but no, it's going to happen.
Because I hate jinxing stuff, like como que...
Or like talking about it a lot before it's like
before it happens.
Done.
Yeah.
No, but it's going to happen. There's no reason why you can't get it.
Yeah.
Like everything's going to be approved. You're licensed. You know how to get your business license and your establishment. So it's going to happen.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the opportunity. She's going to get a spa. Are you going to rent out spaces?
One. I'm
One
going
space?
to have one. Yeah. I want to have one girl. I want to have a girl that like has a good mentality. Like I've
because you are who you hang out with.
I know. She's gonna be in the environment, and I feel like whoever you have around you makes you or breaks you. I think part of the reason why I have found myself to be, and I'm not gonna say successful, yet, because I feel like, I don't know, like in our head, we're never really successful.
Yeah, we
Pero
always want more.
I feel like I've gotten to where I'm at right now because of everybody that you have here.
Oh,
You know, like
That's good.
the girls that are here to make something of themselves, and I don't know anybody here that's negative.
it's that energy that
Yeah.
everybody brings in and everybody comes with and wanting more, and like creating the content. It's
Yeah.
like that. I feel like a lot of people are so shy, and it's like, okay, we just got to do it. Like making this podcast, it's like, okay, how do I open this up? Because like I'm nervous.
Hey, what do we call this?
And we literally just decided like 2 hours ago that we were gonna do this podcast right now
And
today.
we're like, let's just do it.
Yeah. So don't mind us if we look a little crazy, because this was not planned at all. So we're just going with the flow, but we are going to answer some questions too. Back to what she was talking about. Since I've been here, like what I tell them, I've had girls come see the spot, and I've always told them God is going to bring you the right people. I just think that.
I said that.
Yeah, I just think that my salon has been upkept and it's been running for the 3 years because I'm going to be a hippie right now, guys. There's a lot of peace and love here.
Yes.
Yes, it's
I
very
agree.
peaceful. I feel like when clients come, me as like the owner here, I think my responsibility is for all of you guys to be happy and safe. So clientele and the girls here, one, there's peace. Two, there's a lot of love. Like I fall in love with the girls. So when they leave, I'm like, it feels like I'm being broken up with.
I know, but I don't know. I feel like, we watched like now Ellie getting her own suite.
Yeah.
When T got her own suite, it was kind of like it's bittersweet because you want to. I can tell that you want to see us win, and as heartbreaking as it is to kind of like break up, it's like fly, my little bird.
Yeah. That's what, when you guys say like, oh no, but I can't do this because of that. I'm like, yeah, you can. You just do it like this and this. Like, I'm like, no, there's no not being able to do it. Like you just do this and this, and you're gonna get approved for these licenses, and it's gonna work.
Yeah.
It's gonna work out.
Yeah, somehow.
So yeah, as much as I would love to keep them here, this is why they're here too. Like, I mean, I hope that I can motivate the girls that come and work here, like not just be boring and not present, because I've heard of other salons where the owners are not very present at all, or they're very negative, nitpicky, or like micromanaging the girls. So I try to not be like that because I've lived that and I don't want to be like that. Not from other salon owners, but from previous jobs. So we're going to get into some questions.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, because we had some pretty good questions. And I think it'll be good because you're very good at your work too. So I think you take a lot of pride in what you do and your work and how it should be done. And you want it to be very professional. And we'll add your like, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, then it will be on the screen. Anywhere else, I will insert it in the bio or anywhere I could insert it. How do you build up your clientele?
I feel like I'm still building my clientele. Like I still have some holes in my schedule. I wish I could be fully booked, but as of lately, when I quit my job and I started just like going full time in lashing, it's prospecting. I've found that prospecting, like this is essentially a sales job in another way.
Yeah.
I'm not selling something. I mean, I'm selling lashes, I'm providing a service. I feel like we have to be salespeople in order to get clients, and like actual tangible, actions that I can mention is everywhere you go, like McDonald's, Starbucks, TJ Maxx, everywhere that I go, I have little flyers where I give like new clients a discount for a full set and also for a fill. So in this flyer, there's 2 coupons, one for a full set, one for a fill, and I give them a discount off of both. This I have found it, I feel like it has brought some girls to me, and some of them only come, one time they want to try out lashes and maybe they find out it's not for them. But the point is, if you getting in front of the girls, right? And I leave them in the bathroom. So everywhere I go, like
That's good.
in the mall, I go to the bathroom. Everywhere I go, I always go to the bathroom. And because girls always go to the bathroom, no matter
Yeah.
where, you know?
And they sit there and they get a little bored. And so the cards are like right there on the toilet paper dispenser.
Yeah, either there or like in the hand washing station, because like they'll be washing their hands and then they're like, "What is that?" You know.
Oh yeah.
When we went to the theater, I left some in there in the theater. Basically, I take those little flyers with me everywhere I go, and then also when I go places, I talk to girls. Like I talk to people, and instead of being on my phone, like if I'm standing in line at Starbucks or something, if I go in, I'll make a conversation with the girl that's right next to me, or whoever, you know, or even the girl that helps me at Starbucks. And then
And being on your phone makes you approachable. Too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and just initiating a conversation about, you know, like the drink they're getting, or, you know, anything that's not related to lashes. It opens up like more of a warm, I call it a warm lead, you know?
Yeah.
To where you can give them a flyer and not be like, you know, kind of salesy, where it's like, hey, I do lashes. If you ever want to try them, get them
build
done.
a little bit of that assurance where you're making these people fall in love with your personality first.
Yeah, get comfortable. Get comfortable with me enough for if you ever want to try lashes, you come to me, you know? At least I hope. That's what I aim for. But that's how I have built my clientele. Social media lately has been... I have been putting more effort into it, therefore I'm getting more results. With the sales job, guys, everything is based off of effort. Your results are based off of your effort. So if you put more time into social media, I've noticed that those are the times that I get the most return, or the most clients asking me questions about my services, or booking. I feel like that's how I've gotten a lot of clients lately.
Yeah. Yes.
What about you?
I love that. I guess we'll go back to how I really built clientele. I would post. Pretty much I was like doing the services for free, but not for free, because I posted and I was like, oh, first 5 people or first 10 people to book, you guys could just pay me whatever you want. So I didn't care if it was $5, $10, like $50. And most of the girls, they paid me $60 and up. So that to me, that was a lot when I was starting.
How much were lashes, or like a full set, for example? Like
pricing was starting like at 50
for lashes.
It was
Wait, what year was
like
this?
if you're a beginner, like classics, like 50, 60.
Okay.
2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were starting like 50, 60, and then like up from there. Like my megas were literally $80.
Good old time.
Yeah, when I actually started putting prices on my sets. But that's literally what I did, and I got people to book like so quick like that. Also, I do really think that social media, for me, this is just what worked for me. It was the constant me posting and posting and posting. Even if you're posting on a story, because you don't post for one, and I am guilty of this because I do this. You don't post for like 1-2 days. People forget about you. They forget about you so quick, but then other lash artist is posting. So they're going to go to them. There's like a saying, a person has to see something 8 times before they are convinced to purchase something.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. So don't think like, oh my God, I'm annoying these people. If you're annoying them, they could unfollow.
And they're probably not the client for you.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So yeah, social media has a lot to do with it. And I think this is just from my personal experience. We were actually talking about this yesterday, but I went through a time where I was just mostly posting my work. And then I think it was last year, I started posting more of myself. For me, it worked for people to see like who I am and to see my face in my Instagram, because I felt like people started to build more of that trust, or like I would even talk on my stories. And I was booked last year, like extremely booked. And it was just because I was posting more of myself and my face, and I was talking, and I would still post my work, but that's honestly, I was crazy booked. And I know that worked for me because this year I haven't been on my game for social media, and it slowed down. And I was like, that has to be why. Like, I'm not being consistent. I'm not showing up. So just break that fear. There's a lot of like memes or voiceovers you can do if you're too shy to talk to the camera. Then find some, save them, do your makeup, do your hair, like find a good setting and do that. And just keep doing them at least once a day, save it and post it, do multiple a day actually, because that's how you get a lot of content out. It's, what is it? The bulk, what do you call it?
Like bulk content, or like when you pick a day and then you make all your content that day.
Yeah.
And then you post it throughout the week, or,
Yeah. So that way, like on your days off, you have things to post. I tell a lot of my lash students that I honestly feel that your social media is your portfolio and your clients.
Your business card.
So yes, your clients are like your walking portfolio right there, your walking billboard.
Yeah.
So that's what you want to really care about your work and what you're doing, because they're going to walk around and a lot of it is also word of mouth, and they're going to ask, oh, where did you get your lashes done? I've gotten so many people that a girl would be like, oh, I met a girl in like Bed Bath and Beyond. She had some lashes and I loved her lashes and she recommended me to come to you. And
yeah,
like all the time. I hear that all the time. So that and your social media, you have to make sure the quality is good though, because I noticed some girls, like they literally don't even wipe the back of their camera, or the lighting is off, it's too dark, or it's grainy. So that's going to push people away and not want people to come. People want to see that bright, clear picture. Your picture is what is supposed to sell. If you guys want, you guys can use apps. There's a lot of apps out there. Like the Facetune is a really popular one to smooth out the skin, because that just really makes the picture stand out. I honestly highly recommend to do that to all the pictures. You don't have to mess with the eyes and the lashes, but I feel like
it makes your picture.
Yeah, it makes your picture. Your
because
picture.
You want to sell you want to showcase how you're improving this person in front of you, or how you're making them, look better overall.
Yeah. And you don't want your clients to feel embarrassed about like, oh my God, like I have blemishes, or my skin looks dry, or, whatever the case is. I don't want my client to feel insecure.
Yeah, I always make sure, like, I post a picture of them as if I was posting a picture of me, you know? Like, would I be insecure about this? And then, I do use editing apps to like edit out any pimples or anything like that they may be insecure about, because I want them also to feel proud that I posted them, like there's
because they'll probably repost it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you guys can offer like a discount, like, hey, if you post me and tag me, or you could even send it to them after you post it and be like, hey, if you end up posting this, like, you'll get a discount.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want a discount?
I offer a referral program. Like, if somebody books, then I give, off of their next service, I give them a certain percentage off.
Yeah. Just do you give cards, or you just like tell them?
No, I posted on my social media that they get referrals, but I also tell them. And so far it had like word of mouth, people are just going to share, like they're just going to share, especially when us girls are like, oh, where'd you get your lashes done? And then you're like, oh, I have this girl, and I think something that we didn't mention is like customer service. Like, you have to have customer service. Yes. I was listening to I
100% agree with that. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Like, I was listening to
a podcast right now.
Team Licious, Beautylicious, or former Beautylicious is now like the Lash Puppy. And Ashley and Hakeem were talking about how nowadays, you mentioned that things kind of got slower this year, and from what they were saying, it was like it's a common thing. It's not just us. It's like all of the industries are currently going through a dip in booking. So we're not seeing everybody just running to get services and stuff like that, or to buy things. And she was emphasizing that that's where the customer service comes in. And the new way of getting customers and keeping your customers, our clients, are providing them with a good customer experience or an excellent customer experience, because anybody can do lashes, anybody can do nice lashes, but if their customer service is not the best, you're not going to return to them.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
I went
no matter
to
how good
amazing
the lashes
places,
are.
and they were mean, and I didn't go back just because they were mean. Yeah.
And now, to your point of putting yourself more out there on social media and letting people know who you are, another thing that Ashley said, like, you want to have people know who they're buying from, who they're investing their money in, because now their society is a little bit more conscious about where they put their money in, and it's a hard time in the economy, I feel, and whenever people spend money, they want to make sure that they're spending it, that they feel the value of the money that they're spending, that it was worth it. And so that's something that I want to say that's more important to me than having perfect lashes, but it's providing an experience where it's like, wow, I want to come back, to a more personal level than just like, oh, your lashes are done, and then check them out, and then
bye. Yeah. That's something that I've told my students too, the customer service, because I hear it so many times. I've heard it so many times where clients will come to me and they tell me how, one, the artists are very unprofessional and they're always showing up late, or they're always canceling their appointment. And I feel like that falls into customer service 100%. Too. Like, if you're not serious about it and you're going to be canceling on your clients, then find something else to do, because you're going to push away your clients like that.
You can't make it too long.
Yeah.
Like, without the customer service.
Yeah. And then I know it's hard because we all go through things, but you have to be nice and make them feel comfortable and welcoming and put on a smile when they walk in, and also making your space look clean and professional. I'm not going to go to a place where it looks dirty, and I know a lot of the pedicure places, like, you can see they'll put dirty tools back into where the clean tools were at. Like, you want to make sure like you're making it look clean and presentable, and like you care. I put sheets for every single client. I don't care. I will pay for it. Like, I'll put it out, even if it's a rollout paper, or I'll make sure I sanitize whatever I have to do, but make sure it looks professional. Like, your setup too should always look clean.
100%.
Yeah.
What's another thing for getting clients?
For getting clients?
What do you mean? The question, right? The question was,
how do you build your clientele? Yeah.
So we said it was
social media,
prospecting everywhere you go, social media, customer service,
word of mouth, the referral program.
Yeah.
Yes. My pictures on social media, that's what you're selling. That's what you're trying to use to sell to. So make sure they look good. It takes time, because a lot of people just think, oh, I'm done lashing, I'm done for the day. Like, no. I still have to edit all these videos and pictures that I put together.
Yeah.
I still have to clean. Everything is content too. If you're cleaning, freaking record that. If you don't know what to post, record you setting up, record you cleaning, like record you lashing a bit. Everything, record everything that you can, because even if you don't think you're going to post it, just record it, because you'll probably watch it later and be like, oh, I do have content to post. I think it's that. You can use promotions on Instagram if you change your profile to a business or creator. You could do a promotion right on Instagram. You can pay for as many days as you want, the price you want to pay, and that will push it out to more people. So if you're constantly doing that too, you can also do, like we were saying, kind of like, is it like a reward program? You can do like
a loyalty program. Where if you come to me 5 times, you'll get a discount on the 6th visit. Yeah. Is that what you mean?
The giveaways.
Giveaways.
Yes, you could do a giveaway. A lot of people love free stuff. So you can do a post giveaway where they have to be following you, they have to comment, they have to like it, and then share it. But when they share it, make sure you put in the instructions for them to tag you, so you see that. So you see the post or the story. But that will push it out to more people, because they're trying to win, and then more people are going to start following you, because then they want to win also, and they end up on your page. So a giveaway is a good thing to do too when you're starting.
Yeah.
I did a long time ago. Long time ago. When I was going to school, Paul Mitchell, I actually did a giveaway. It was a cute basket, and I put some cute things in there, and it came with a free lash set of your choice. So I was like, people got a basket and free lashes.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like at first you have to do a lot of free work.
Yeah.
You know, you have to do.
And a lot of people are impatient with this career or with lashing because they want the fast money.
Yeah.
And they get impatient because they're like, oh, well, I'm not getting clientele. Oh, well, that's not enough, or that's not worth it, or I'm giving work for cheap or for free. But you're impatient. You're not giving it time. I've been doing this for, I took my training in 2018, but I really started lashing 2019. So it's been, 4 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes time.
Yeah.
That's going to be a question that's coming up actually. How long did it take you to open your own salon? So it took me, I opened it in, I don't know if I consider it. No. I opened it October 2020 because I was renting a booth in early 2020, but I was renting a booth, and then I was renting a room, which is pretty much my own business. Then I came over here, and then I started renting out booths over here to other lash artists. So officially opened. So I started lashing 2019, and then about 6 months later, I signed up to school because same thing with Janet. I fell in love with it, and I was like, okay, I want to be legit. Like, I want to have my license. So yeah, I ended up signing up for school, and then I finished because I went part-time too, so I was going in the evening. It took me 6 months, and I finished early 2020. That's right away. This is why you guys gotta, even if you have to work for free. Like, I reached out to my trainer, and then I told her, hey, can I come work at your salon? I don't even care if you put me to sweep. That's what I told her. I was like, I just want to get the experience of working in a salon. And she was like, yeah, of course. Like, I told you can work here when you were done with school. And so, yeah, I started working there. I was always there. I was always posting. And I remember she would screenshotted my Instagram one time, and she sent it to all the girls in the salon. And she's like, you guys, she said something about we need to give credit when credit is due, because I was putting in a lot of work on my social media, and that was in 2020. So just to inspire the girls, or tell the girls hey, you guys need to come on, catch on too. I didn't last too long there because I just knew I was meant for more. So I was like, okay, I want to teach classes, but I don't want to step on anybody's toes or suggest other things than what she is suggesting. So I was like, I want to teach my own classes my way, because I have a very different way of teaching. I think a lot of people learn very differently, because I learn very differently. I have to be hands-on, and I have to visually see it. Some people have to read it. Some people have to visually see it. Some people have to be hands-on. So I try to include all three in my training, and I try to make it as easy as possible with tools, and making sure they understand everything thoroughly, in the manual. Or when I'm explaining. That was a reason too why I wanted to branch off and do my own thing. And then I just ended up here. It's just kind of fell into my lap too, because I actually came to this area to get a pedicure, and that's when I was like, you could do beauty services over here? I didn't know. I thought it was just offices, because this is not a storefront. This looks like offices on the outside. That's when I reached out to the office. I had a business partner for a few months, so we both came in and saw it, but she branched off and did her own thing too, just a couple months later after that. Took me a year and a half. Yeah. Since I started lashing, I would say about a year and a half.
Same.
To get my own spot. And you too. So a year and a half, guys.
A year and a half it takes.
That's the answer.
No, but you do have to work. You have to work. I feel like you have to work really hard during that first year and a half, because it's super possible. And especially now, you just have to work. You have to put in the behind the scenes work, and not just practicing your craft, but also working on the business part of it. Making sure that you're legally running, getting the appropriate licenses, like I said, the behind the scenes everything, like keeping things clean, making sure like your inventory is like at a level where you need it all the time. Like you don't want to be that
Yeah,
lash
checking
tech.
your inventory, making sure you have the links you need ahead of time.
You don't want to be the lash tech that in the middle of the set, like you run out of a certain length, and then now you're having to use a different length or something like that. Yeah, it's just
Which it happens. You gotta. That's why it's called lash artist.
Yeah.
You have to make it work.
Yeah.
Let's go to
The next
another question.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a good one. I have been struggling with my retention lately and not sure why. Any tips?
I feel like this can be a whole nother episode on its own.
Yeah.
Well, I think you can give a short answer, and then we can do a different episode where we go like deep dive a little bit more into all the factors that play into it.
But you guys will get an appetizer.
Yeah.
Of retention. Yeah, because it's a lot. Because you do things differently than I do things too.
There's different factors to that affect retention. For me, I found that washing, if I had to like summarize it really quick, washing my clients' lashes like at the beginning of the service, I don't charge extra for it. I know some lash artists charge extra for it. I don't. I feel like it's super important to
include it.
Yeah, to include it, and it's super important to retention. To how long it lasts.
Because even when they say, "Oh, I did wash my lashes," I end up putting like some lotions or just something under eye cream or something.
Yeah, like anything. And I would say that's my number one thing. And then I understood glue. Like at first I was kind of lost with glue. I feel like I didn't really get much of an explanation in regards to the different kinds of glue and how important it is for me to find the one that is curing at the speed of which I lash. And that made a difference. So
yeah, glue for me, I lash pretty fast. I still need like for sure a 1 second dry time. I can't do a 0.5. I tried a 0.5 and the retention wasn't good for me. So I still need the longer, and I go through because I do get some stickies, but you have to go through because I lash fast. But then again, if I use a faster drying one, then it dries too fast on me. So that can be a reason why maybe the glue's drying too fast on you. The temperature for me, like it's super tedious, honestly, and people don't take it serious. Yeah. When the AC here gets to 73, my glue's already being hecka tacky. It's taking really long to dry. I'm getting hecka stickies. It has to be between 70 and 72, which I keep it on 72. Yeah. But it is very picky. My glue is very picky of what the temperature is in here. Yeah. Not so much the humidity. I don't think it affects my glue too much. The temperature does, though. I noticed it. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I think with retention, it also depends if you're a newer artist, because what happened when you're a newer artist, okay, the example for me, I would lash that eye, but I would not get 100% of the eye, not even 80%. It looked cute and it looked like doable for them to walk out. It still took me 4 hours, but because I didn't get a lot of the lashes, and it looked like the retention was horrible, but that's just because once one would fall out, that one volume that was covering up the other lashes, boom, there's a big gap. And it looks like your retention is bad. Yeah. So it's going to be like that at the beginning. If you're a new artist and you're having issues, it's going to be like that. And I guess I could give the tip to not get a glue that dries super fast when you're starting. And then also don't focus too much on your timing. Don't be discouraged by the time that it takes you to complete a set, because to this day, I feel like the other day I did a set that took me 3.5 hours, almost 4. Dang, what kind of set was it? It was a mega volume. Because you usually take 2 hours for a full set. Oh, it was mega. Yeah, it was a mega volume. Yeah. And I already don't do a lot of megas. Yeah. But
with this set, it was just there was like a lot of spikes, and I wanted it to be perfect. I'm also a perfectionist when it comes to the sets that I make, so that plays a part in it. But nonetheless, don't be discouraged on the time. If it takes you 4 hours to complete a set, just know that the client will set the expectation so that the client doesn't expect to be there for 2 hours. Next thing you know, it's they're there for 4. And then a lot of the times I've never had somebody be like, oh well, upset because I took long. It was like they more so thanked me because I took my time with them. Because it's like it really shows that you're not just trying to get them in and out, that you really care about the quality of your work, and the fact that they're paying. I feel like it's top dollar, like it's a top dollar luxury service that we provide. So
Yes.
it gives them more of a sense of comfort. Like, okay, like I spent my money well because I know that this is going to last, and I know that this is going to be fire once, it looks.
Once it's complete.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can tell the difference of like a quality set, and then, something that was just kind of like put together, thrown together, like a cookie cutter set.
I think that's a good topic that we should include in another video too, speed, because that's a big topic that
On
a
its
lot of
own.
girls like, oh, I take this long, or I take that long.
Do you remember me at first when I was like, dude, I take so long, and like I would feel like less than, or I would feel like, I don't know, like I couldn't charge over a certain price because I took a long time, and you guys would lash really fast, so I was sitting here comparing myself to like
to
my full sets, timing to like yours, when A, you've been doing it longer, and B, like we're doing completely different sets. I do more natural sets, which take longer in my opinion, than like mega volume sets, which I feel like you specialize in, and you get more coverage with mega. So like,
my thing is, I would be hard on myself too. And for me, once I stopped looking at the time, that's when I started getting faster.
Yeah.
Like I would look at the time when I was done and be like, oh wow, that one only took me 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then every time, like it just kept improving. I think I was just like not stressing about it anymore, because that's just adding more stress. So I would literally tell my clients, I would send them a prep appointment instructions, and it would literally say on there, come in comfortable clothes, because you're going to be laying down anywhere from 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
So I would have that on there so they knew. So one, they weren't rushing me, and two, they were comfortable because they would come with comfortable clothes. And I would make the bed as comfortable as possible, because that's very important too. You don't want to have a bed that's uncomfortable, because they will not come back.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. This is going to be our last question, guys. Do you lash the inner and outer corners first? I seem to be struggling with that. I'm new. I don't. I'm all over the place. I just go with the flow.
Yeah,
No,
I think
for
me
real.
too.
Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. It's just how I'm feeling at that moment. I'm not going to say that day, because I have multiple clients and I do it differently. So sometimes I do. Sometimes I know their inner corners might take me longer. So taping methods, guys.
Yes,
use your tape for your advantage. I actually have a video, but on my family channel, the P family, I have a video on there, and then I explained it. And I've had girls reach out to me, and they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, this has improved my lash speed as well. So you guys can check that one out. I can link it in the bio too. Yeah, taping. I usually put the tape by the inner corner and then pull it out. You can also put one above and pull it up a little bit. That's what works for me. And then if you want to do the inner corners, you can, just because they're more tedious, and maybe you want to use, when you start a set, you have a lot of energy, right? So maybe you want to use all that energy on the most tedious parts first. So it's really up to you and your preference.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree with that. I for full sets, I tend to be all over the place, and I tend to do them last, or like to do inner
Me
corners and
too.
outer corners like last. I first focus on like the strongest lashes, and I start lashing like that. But for fills, I tend to do inner corners first, because our inner corners, I feel like every time I do a fill, like that's the part where they start falling out first.
Yeah.
I don't know what it
It's
is about
bec-
the inner corners.
It's because the lash is shorter, so the lash cycle is shorter. So that's why those fall out faster.
Okay, that makes sense. For fills, I do them last, and then for new sets, I do them more towards the end. No, wait, I said for fills, I do them first. Sorry. For fills, I
Yeah.
do them first, and then for full sets, I do them more towards the end.
Your inner and your outer corners, I feel like they make the set.
100%.
And when they're the first ones to fall out, even if the center is full, it makes the eye look like, oh, you need
You
a
need
fill.
a fill, yeah.
Yeah. So spend more time on your inner and outer corners, especially if you're new. Then I'm going to say, then start with your inner and outer corners, because I want you to spend more time on your inner and outer corners and then fill in the middle.
Yeah.
Because since those are the first ones to go, it's going to look like your retention is bad.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys liked our first podcast. Let me know down below if you guys have more questions that we can answer. Also, let me know if there's certain people. We're in the Sacramento area, so if you guys, we can still bring Janet on. We can have 3 people.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Yeah. Let me know if you guys want me to bring someone else on to interview them and ask them questions and their point of view, and give some advice. We can also have not just lash artists, like entrepreneurs. Just don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Make sure you guys turn on the bell notification. Also, when you guys you guys are interacting with the video. The new videos come out, it will be recommended to you guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Janet, for sharing
Thank you for inviting me.
your knowledge with us.